Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to Rose's Mystic Yoga. I'm Rose, a yoga mystic instructor, and today I have a 30-minute yin yoga class for you. Some things that I recommend keeping in mind or doing before this practice is making sure that you're doing this when your body is nice and cool. So preferably 30 minutes after you wake up or towards the end of your day when you're kind of done doing your running around and you've had time to chill out for a little bit so that the muscles are cool and they're not warmed up or stretched out already. Another thing to keep in mind is doing this in a cool room. It doesn't have to be cold or freezing. Just make sure it's not going to be a room that's going to make you start to feel really hot and sweat. Some props that may be useful during this class is some yoga blocks, blanket, and a yoga bolster. If you are ready, grab your mat, yourself, your water or tea, and let's get started. Come onto your mat in a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. It is going to be your responsibility to make sure that you feel good in your body today during this class, so sit however feels most comfortable. Once that you found your seated position, try and have your spine nice and tall. Drop your shoulders away from the ears. Try to kind of have the crown of your head over your tailbone. Just kind of take a knowledge of how we feel. Let's take one big cleansing breath together. So inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's inhale through the nose for 5 seconds. Hold. And then exhale for 5 through the nose. Keep breathing in through the nose for those 5 seconds. Hold. And then exhale for 5 seconds through the nose. During this time, maybe you'd like to set an intention for your practice or for your day. My intention for today is focusing on gratitude. Allow your breath to be long and slow. Maybe your intention is to breathe away stress or worry. Maybe if you're doing this at night, you can set an intention for a restful sleep. You're more than welcome to stay here and do some mindful breathing a bit longer. But if you're ready to begin our yoga practice, kind of wiggle your toes and fingers just a little bit to kind of wake up the body. Slowly open your eyes up to the world around you. Beautiful. The first posture that we're going to be coming into is butterfly. So let's turn towards the long side of our mat. We're going to bend our knees in towards each other and then allow our knees to fall out to the side, bringing the bottoms of our feet together. You can rock back and forth on the hip bones. Make sure you're nice and even. Now, we're going to inhale, look up just a little bit. On your exhale, use your hands to slowly walk yourself down. Now, we're not trying to go as far as we absolutely can. We're going until we feel stress in our connective tissue. So, right when you start to feel that point of stress, stop there and just stay there and breathe through it. This is where your yoga bolster could come into play, or even some blocks to help yourself stay up and hold this posture. Remember to breathe in for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds. Make sure that you're coming into these postures where they aren't painful. You might feel discomfort, but make sure it's not painful. If you need, you guys can always come up for a second, take a few breaths, and then come back into this if it's a bit intense to keep holding it. We are going to be holding these postures for about 1 to 3 minutes. So you're more than welcome to ease off for a second if your body is asking for it and needing it. Beautiful job. Let's slowly use our hands to walk ourselves up. Go very slow. If you are needing, you can bring your knees together. Kind of step your feet out a little bit. Do a little bit of windshield wipers if you need. We're going to be coming onto our knees now. So tuck your feet down, come up onto the knees. We're going to be coming into camel now, and I'm going to be using my blocks today just because I already know that my body is not feeling super limber today, so these are definitely going to help me out in my practice. I am going to take them long ways at first, and then we can always turn them if need be. With us flat onto our shins, the top of our feet are down flat onto the mat. If you have yoga blocks, you're going to take them in both hands. Your fingertips are going to be facing the front side of the mat, so they're pointing towards the front of you. I'm going to be putting my yoga blocks right behind my toes and out to the side of me, just to get me started. So In this pose, you're going to use your hips to push you up, and you're also going to try and roll out and push your chest up to the sky, also lifting the chin. So whenever you are ready, take a nice big exhale, and then inhale into your camel. Press into your feet, press your shoulders open, and once you found your point, just breathe. You might need to adjust your blocks before you find that point, and that's okay. Exhale, slowly calm down, bringing your bum back to your heels, coming to a neutral spine. Now we're going to come into child's pose, still having your feet underneath your bum. Inhale, you can look up a little bit. Exhale, use your hands to walk yourself out, bringing your forehead to the ground if that's how far you want to come down today. Or you can take your block or yoga bolster, lay that in front of you, and come down as low as your body will allow you. Remember, you want to come into the point to where you're just starting to kind of feel that stress. You don't want to overstress the body. Really soak up the air here. Great job. Slowly use your hands to very, very slowly walk yourself back up to a straight, neutral spine. Now we're going to be coming into toe stretch. This can be quite intense depending on how your bone structure is made, how your muscular system and connective tissue is. If you have not done this pose before, just bear with me. You can always ease your way in, come out of the pose for a couple of breaths, and ease your way back into the posture. So with us already sitting flat onto our shins and heels, we're going to slowly we can shift forward a little bit to help raise up. We're going to tuck our toes under. So this is toe squat. So we're tucking our toes under so that we are on our toes and then a little bit of our knee. Now, if this is a bit intense, you can take a block or a bolster, put it underneath your knees. For some reason, or at least for me and my body, that's helped me put a little bit of less pressure in my feet. It's not painful, but I'm still feeling that bit of stress. If your body is completely fine being like this, great, dandy. If not, that's great and dandy. You can lay your hands onto your thighs for this. You want to make sure that you have a nice, tall, straight spine. You want to make sure that you're not poking your pelvis backward or tucking it too far in. We want it just nice and straight. You roll the shoulders back and down just to make sure you have a nice posture. My eye gaze is about at the top of my mat. Remember, breathing in for 5 seconds. Exhaling for 5 seconds. We are going to be holding this pose for about 3 minutes. You guys are doing such a great job. I'm probably about a little bit more halfway through class now, so such a great job. Whenever you're ready to come out of this posture, I recommend bringing your hands front to kind of bring some pressure off your feet and slowly untuck your toes. And then you're able to sit back down. We're going to be coming into ankle stretch. This is another one that can be intense in the body, so please just listen to your body and modify the way that you need. Unfortunately, I'm only on a screen. I can't be there with you, so it is your responsibility to make sure that you feel comfortable. So with ankle stretch, you're going to walk your hands behind you. And if you want to walk them onto your feet where your ankles are, that's cool too. If you want to keep them back here, that's more than okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to start to lift the knees up and bring ourselves back. So you might have to bend in your arms a little bit to bring your ankles up. And you're going to start to feel that stretch as soon as you start to rock your body back. Again, we're only here for a minute, but if your body is asking for it, please take a moment to breathe out of the posture and then come back in. Remembering to breathe. And slowly straighten your arms to bring your knees down and slowly come up to a neutral spine. Great job. Now we're going to be coming into dragonfly or straddle. So untuck your feet from underneath your bum and start to face towards the long side of your mat. We're going to straighten our legs and open them out to the side as much as it feels comfortable to do. And once you found that you're even on your hip bones, you're open up as far as you would like, you're going to slowly start to bring your body down onto the ground. This is where your bolster can come into play, or even putting a little bit of elevation underneath you, so like a blanket or possibly a block. I don't know if a block would be too high. I have not done that personally myself on my body, but if it works for your body, good. So, like I said, we are straight-legged, having them open out to the side. Let's inhale, look up just a smidge. Exhale, use your hands to walk yourself forward, and once you start to feel that stress in the body, that's when you're gonna stop. If you're having a yoga poster, you'll just put it in front of you like this or the other way, depending on what your body's needing. But let's have our nice big inhale. And slowly bring your forehead to the ground. Once you find that point of stress, breathe your way through it. Have your nice long exhale. Inhale, slowly come up. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, bring our feet in, bend your knees, and let's do some windshield wipers. Just as a bit of a counterpose to that. You can make your windshield wipers as small or as big as you would like. Beautiful job. Now we're going to turn back towards the short side of our mat. We're going to be coming into our reclined twist now. So bending your knees in, keeping your feet flat on the ground, taking your bolster or whatever you're needing today, or if you're not needing anything at all, bring it right to the side of you, and then we're going to do the left side first, so bring it toward the left side of you, and then let your legs fall out to the left side, and you can always scoot your bolster out if you're not feeling that stress in the body yet, but once you do, stop there and just breathe. You can bring your hands onto your belly here, or if you'd like, you can open up into cactus, whatever is most comfortable for you. And just breathe. We're getting into our end of the class postures now. Beautiful job. Whatever you are ready, slowly bring your knees back to center. And then we're going to the opposite side now. So if you're using a prop, bring your prop to the right side. Inhale for 5. Exhale, start to drop your knees to the right. And then once you've found your point of stress, put your hands wherever it feels comfortable to. And then just breathe. amazing job. Bring your knees back to center. You can move your bolster out the way. And now we're going to be coming into Savasana. So lying flat on your back, straighten your legs out, bring your legs as wide as your mat, and then allow your feet to just fall outwards. You can bring your hands to the side of you, one on your stomach, one on your heart, or just your stomach, totally up to you. But we're really gonna breathe here, soak in all of the work that we just did for ourselves, for our mind, body, and spirit. This is the time to really soak in how we feel physically or mentally right now before we close and end this practice. So just breathe, enjoy it, and soak it up as much as you can. You are more than welcome to stay here in Savasana and continue to soak up this feeling, but if you are ready to close this yin practice today, let's go ahead by wiggling our toes and fingertips. You can start to bend your knees, roll onto one side. You can lay here for as long as you need, but if you're ready, push yourself up and come into a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for joining me here today in this Yin Yoga class. I hope that you enjoyed. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. I really want you to take this time to thank yourself for doing something so good for the mind, body, and spirit. I thank you for joining me here today and allowing me to guide you through this experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, blessed be and namaste, beautiful beings.